this is just a little bit of input, but the biggest advice that my parents give me every time I leave the house, every time I go to college, is you have to be careful because everyone hates you because you're a Muslim. And you're not allowed to goof off in public because they might think you're a terrorist. They might think that you have a bomb on you. And it's just... So, like, I'll see terrorist attacks in the news. And my first thought is, oh God, how many people died? Oh God, is the attacker Muslim? Because if it is, then more backlash to me. It's just... just a pain every time.
Dude. Yeah. Can you stand up real fast? What's your name?
Bilal.
What is it?
Bilal.
Bilal.
Yeah.
So, Bilal, what do you want to say? Think about, considering what I just said, about really resisting the desire to hate everybody. What do you want to say?
It's definitely hard to resist that, but like our religion teaches us to forgive and to love people, but it just can be so hard sometimes. Just when you receive all that hate from others, I understand it's hard, but it's just a part of life.
What are your parents' names?
My dad's name is Mohammed, and my mom's name is Azizunisa.
And where are you from, Pakistan?
No, my parents were born in India. I was born in Trenton.
Mm-hmm. So for them, it's every time you leave the house.
They're worried.
And they're worried that...
Just anything bad could happen.
Mm-hmm. So it's like other people are worried that something bad can happen to them by somebody like you.
Me, yes.
And you and your parents are worried that something bad can happen to you just because you look like somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, man. I think that's why that's why we really do what we do, in a way. Dude, thanks for being real. I appreciate it. All right, man. Would somebody like to respond to Bilal? Bro, can you stand up again? Would anybody like to respond to him? Would anybody like to say something? Maybe to his parents? To him? Bro, can you get her a mic? Somebody else. Someone at the top. Anybody want to respond? You clapped. What'd you clap for? Did you clap? Did you clap? Why'd you clap? Here, you can hold it. Wait, what's your name?
Nellie.
Stand up. What is it?
Can I sit?
Yeah, no, you can't sit. It's better. You can think better if you stand. What's your name?
Nellie.
Nellie?
Yeah.
Why'd you clap?
Because it was a really real answer. I feel like you don't hear that often. Or it was a real thing to say to an entire class of people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. Do you want to say anything to him? No. What would you like to say to him?
I think don't be afraid because God's got your back. And
Allah.
Yeah, Allah. And yeah, just I know it is scary out there. I can't imagine what you go through and what your family goes through, but just stay strong.
Dude, thanks, man. Cool. All right.
I would like to say that I've seen some videos that meant to be fun that some American guys would dress like Muslim, and they will carry a backpack, and then they would just randomly drop it on the street or in someone's car, and just to watch the people be freaked out and run away, and supposed to be funny, but I don't feel that's funny at all. I feel like that's like not funny. It's not something that can be. I don't know how to say that, but like earlier today, I was reading the news, and in the University of Utah, there's a Chinese international student got killed in a robbery by white guys, and they didn't call it as tourists. They just say that they said that that person is violent and like it's accidental and something like that. But also the article that we were reading for the quiz last time, that they just wouldn't call a white guy tourist, but they would like immediately define that attacker as tourist just because he's a Muslim. I think there's something wrong with that, and we need to fix that.
Dude, thanks, man. Hey, what's your name again?
Me?
Yeah.
Jenny.
Jenny. Okay, thanks. Terrorist, not tourist. Anybody else? Dude. No, I'm just clarifying. Thanks. Hey, can you give Bilal a mic also? Yes, ma'am.
This is kind of like a question for you and for you, Sam. So I kind of want to know, why is it in the United States we don't, like Donald Trump or like everyone was so quick to call this act in New York terrorism, but the event in Las Vegas, like, we didn't call that terrorism. We don't want to really call that terrorism. Why are we not using the same language? What is the difference?
Listen, in my humble opinion, the problem is if you start calling these acts of violence American terrorism that we commit here as terrorism, the guy last night in Denver who just walked in a Walmart and shot 3 people, if we start calling that, then we'll have to actually really look at our culture in a different kind of way, in a way in which we're not prepared to do. And it's easier to not feel threatened when you're just part of a culture. It's easier to look at him and say, like, hey, you're more a part of that. Who else has a question for Bilal? And then you get to respond. Yep. Thanks for standing, by the way.
I just have something to say. So, in my family, like, all my siblings
Wait, dude, can you stand up?
Yeah. In my family, all my siblings are brown, and me and my mom are the only white. So, like, when I, like, travel to Europe and these places, I see, like, how people treat me differently and how they treat my brothers differently. So, like, sometimes, like, when I would go to a place, like, a guy would open the door for me, and then I'd, like, see, like, why didn't he open the door, like, for my brother? And I'd see, like, people treat, like, honestly, like, I've met, like, ever since I came to America, like, the people here are incredibly nice, but I feel like I just, like, understand why your parents would say that, because, like, it exists out there. Like, there are people who are, like judge as soon, like, when I tell someone that my name is Muhammad, they just, like, they get surprised, you know, like, they start treating me not like badly differently, but like they try to be, like, overly nice, or like they treat me badly. So, like, I just wanted to say that, like, I know exactly how it feels.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, thanks, man. Dude, final question for Bilal.
I don't have a question. I just have a comment. I just want to say, kind of breaks my heart that you were crying like that. I just
Wait, hang on. Talk right into the mic.
Sorry. Yeah, I just
Wait,
wanted
hang on.
you. I just wanted you to know that, like, I'm in your corner, dude. Like, we love you. Like, we're clapping for you because we feel for you, and we don't want you to feel like you should be scared or anything. Like, people like you, we love you, dude. Like, I don't ever want you to feel like you're not accepted. Like, if you ever attacked, like, people like me, I know a lot of us we will definitely stand up for you. Like, I'm really passionate about this, and I hate for people to feel like they're attacked because we know you're not a terrorist. We know your family's not a terrorist, dude. And don't ever feel like you should be attacked or feel left out or anything like that, because people like us, we love you, dude. We accept you.
It means a lot. Thank you.
Final words, friend.
Thank you. This all means a lot. So I'm first generation American, so for me, it's not as troubling. It's not as troubling for me as it is my parents, as they were born in India. And so they come over here, they watch the news, and they watch like NBC or CBS or Fox, and all they see is just all this hate towards Muslims. And they see that and they tell me that, I know that you don't want to hear this, but it's for your safety. I just hope that one day we'll be able to get to a place where we won't have that for anyone.
Dude.
Anyone.
Yeah, totally. All right.